Hello, welcome to my bench. If this is your first time here, hello, my name's Dave. I work on a lot of radio station gear, primarily. Some other stuff, and I have fun with things, but mostly I do radio station stuff. And if you're returning, welcome back. Hello. And we've got on the bench today another 528E, Symetrix 528E mic processor. I've done a lot of these, but every one of them has a different problem, and I've been trying to show you guys so that you can fix them yourselves. This particular one I already have done some work on, and basically I replaced a cap or two here or there that was bad. I replaced a couple of switches, this one over here, I replaced these over here, which is the mic line switch and the 15 dB ducking switch. Well, yeah, 15 dB down switch. But I got to tell you, on these, you can't just throw in a switch. I got another junk one here that I use for parts, and I want to show you what I'm talking about. If you look at this switch here, there's two switches. There is a 4-pole double throw and a 2-pole double throw switch here. These are mounted on top of each other. They're made that way. So you can't actually just go out and buy one that's made like this. This is not a normal switch configuration. If you took it apart and looked at it, you would find that this switch section in the back here, these three, are connected on both sides. And in the front, on this 4-pole double throw, they are not. There's no guts in there for to switch back and forth in the switch. So if you just take a regular switch and mount it on top of here, like this one boogered. But I mean, if you just mount it on top of another switch, then you would have this switch and this switch activating at the same time. So if you push this in, that means that this one and this one would be connected on both sides, and this one and this one would be connected when it's out. So if you use the switch itself on the top, then depending on where this switch is, you're defeating the purpose of mic line opening and closing on the top switch. So if you have to replace one of these, what you have to do, it all happens on this side. I showed you the other side because it's just easier to see. But if you replace one of these, what you have to do is you have to cut that center terminal right there out, cut it and break that center terminal so that it's not connected to anything on the bottom there. Usually I just pull the whole mess straight out and leave that hole completely blank so that there's nothing for this switch to connect to. And then you run a wire from here down to the hole, which I'll show you here. There's a little wire running right from the top switch down to the hole on where it would go from the bottom switch, and there is nothing connected on that bottom switch between these two poles. So if you push the button in for the 15 dB drop, the bottom switch is actually not doing anything. The pads the connectors are still there, but it's not connected to anything in the middle. Only thing that connects them is the top switch here for mic and line. If you don't do that, you'll get a horrible distortion, and the mic won't work correctly. Anyway, so there's that. I don't know if I've explained that before, but there it is. Anyway, so I replaced this guy. It's working, and I replaced a couple of caps on here that were bad. I don't know if I'm going to do a full recap. I checked every cap on this thing, and it's fine. There's one over here I got to replace because it's like physically mashed, but all the other caps are fine. I mean, they're better than anything I have. as far as ESR goes, and that's where these things break down badly. And mostly that comes from being shoved into a hot box and run for 25 years and never turned off. That's the normal problem with these. It just burns these capacitors up. And they just dry out and start turning into resistors. So, anyway, I got that done, and everything seems to be working except we have a problem. And I want to show you this problem here. If I turn this guy on, let's see. If I turn this guy on, let's turn this on too. Alright, there we go. And that's on. If I turn this guy on, you can see that we have an output. But, let's see. Turn it up. It's kind of a little bit not perfectly formed. If you see what I mean there. It's kind of a little off, or it looks a little off. And we got another problem, which is right here. You can see it. The clip light is on. That's the input clip light. That means that you've got too much going into it. Well, if I take the input away, see from the scope there, it's gone. But my clip light is still on. And I can't make it go away, no matter what I do. I mean, that's the light for the phantom power. And let's see, let's give it some, this is a 50 dB line to mic level reducer. I put that in there, switch this over to mic, and I got nothing. It's just not working. I mean, it just nothing. But my clip light is still on. So we got to track this down. I'm going to take it off of here, put it on here. All right. Let's take a look. Let's turn this off, and let's take a look at the manual and see what we got here. Well, this is my input. This is my mic input, and this is line input. We're going to not do the mic input for right now. We're just going to ignore that because that's much more complicated than the input from the line here. So the line goes in, and it goes into this first amp here, which is U2A. Put the scope over on here, and let me confuse it a little bit, give it a red lead for ground. And let's look at U2A and see what we got. U2, okay. So, let's go back to the scene. This is U2, and according to the scope, let's see, so it's going to be the output, so that's going to be pin 1. We have almost no output. Pin 2 and pin 3. So I got a big input on pin. No, got to turn it on first. All right. So here's pin 1, big output. I got plenty of output on pin 1, and it looks clean. Pin 2, a little bit, well, that much, and pin 3, that much. Okay, so basically that's working. And back to the manual again. If we look over here, it comes straight through this switch. So switch pin 1, make sure we got it there. We do. We got it on switch pin 1. We got it on switch pin 2. And that goes out pin 7. which is over here. So we got output on pin 7. Well, that's interesting. So let's see. Go back to the manual. We got coming in here through this 4.7, through the switch into this U2B, out of pin 7 and to the preamp output. And then that goes through a 1K resistor, through a diode, and to in LED clip. Okay, where's that at? There it is, input clip. All right, so that input clip comes from J200 pin 4. Okay, well, let's see. J200 pin 4 this is J200 right here. Pin 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, well, that doesn't look good. Pin 7. Well, it's going through that diode, so it's, yeah, that'd be about right. And then it comes over to pin 10 of this, okay, of this of the LM339 2004. So 204 is right here, pin 10. So 8, 9, 10 is that, and the output, which is pin 13, is right there. Okay, so we got nothing out of that. However, what do we have for voltages? Okay, so let's get the meter up here. Pin 10, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I got 15 volts on pin 10. That's not right. Pin 4, 15 volts. That goes back down to pin 7. I got 14.8 volts on pin 7 of U2. That's an op amp. This is the input is 15 volts almost. The two inputs are okay, that is definitely not right for an op amp. What the heck is going on? Well, if we let's look at another op amp over here and take a look at it. If we go pin 7 on here, we got nothing. We got minus 13 and nothing. So that is correct. Well, I guess I've never seen it happen before, but on this particular thing, that's just not right. But let's first of all, let's put a screw back in here so I don't have to do any more pin straightening, well, LED straightening than necessary. These all got to go back into their holes, and it's nice if you can keep them relatively straight. I'm going to guess that this thing is not working, because there's no way on an op amp that you can have 14 or 15 volts on all 3 pins. Op amps just don't work that way. Huh. Okay. Well, where is that? It's here. It's right here. Okay, I gotta wait for the desoldering weapon to warm up. While that thing's warming up, let's kind of look at this a little bit, and I'll see if I can explain to you what's happening here. If we go back to the manual and go back up to the first page, what we've got here is we've got this U2 right here, which is an amplifier. Got 4K in, 4.9K across pins 1 and 2 for the amplifier to amplify it. Then that goes into a 4.7 non-polarized capacitor. By the way, the non-polarized capacitors here, they use these because they have a better audio range than a polarized. You could use a polarized in here, but just leave them. If you're going to replace them, leave them non-polarized. That goes into the switch, and then right into this U2B on pin 5, 6, and this one is being used as a buffer. There's no amplification. The negative input is tied right to the output, so it will try to follow whatever's going on in the input. It'll follow directly on the output. If you look at it, our switch right now is in pin 1, which is line input, and there is no way that this pin 5 can have a voltage unless this capacitor is bad. This capacitor is not bad. I've already checked it. And yet we still have 14 volts here, and we have 14 volts here, 15, somewhere around there. Well, what's happening is that this 15 volts is going up through this 1K resistor right here, through this diode, dropping 0.6 of a volt, and then going to the in LED clip. Well, if we go back down to here, and that is on pin 4, right here, on the cable, because it says in LED clip is on, what is that, sheet 7, C1, what? Nah, this is sheet 9, sheet 7, well, that's kind of stupid, the way they did that. That's not going anywhere on here, but it ends up here on 200. Well, okay, that's pin 100. Okay, but anyway, this is the other end of it. It goes there, goes up, goes into the LM339, which basically is just an op amp. LM339 is driving the LEDs, so this pin has 14 volts on it. This pin has ability of 14 volts on it, and an LM339 in this case, the higher the voltage across it, the less out, and because it's inverting or not inverting, and then the LED will come on because it's on the 15 volt rail. So basically, the voltage is following straight through here. And because this is being used just as a buffer, we still have an output here. It's going from here to here, but with voltage on it. So that's why I'm going to change this 5532. And it is here. Alright, there's a 5532. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I pulled this 5532 out here and forgot to do that. To take you back. Anyhow, let's put it in the little tester. These little guys are worth their weight in gold. It says not found. All right, so hang on, let me go get another one. Okay, so I have to find one first. I think so. All right, 5532 goes in that way. Yeah, that one. That leads over and apply a little solder. Oh, I didn't test it. Yeah, it's new. Sorry about that. Came out of stock. Solder, dang it. I need a new chip. Alright, how's that look? Okay. Clean up the mess a little. Yeah, okay, got called away for a second. So we got that in there. Let's see what happens. Let's into there, into there. It's off, into there. All right. Let us. Okay, that's recording again. Let's turn it on. And, whoa, we have output. Lots of it. There, focus. Okay, so we got output. Yep, looks good. Clip light is off. And that's 0 dB right there. Let's try it with the microphone input. Up, there we go. Crank this up to plus 60 or 50 something. There we go. Plenty. Got it good. 15 dB down. Yep. There we go. Fantastic. All right, and no clip light. No clip light. So is the rest of it still working? Well, I don't know. Let's see. This is the equalizer. That is high. That part's working. That's mid. That part's working. This is low. That part's working. Yep, everything's working. So let's try the expander and compressor. If I do the expander and compressor, yep, it comes on, output goes down, it's working correctly. Alright, turn that off a little bit, put this, the expander, that was the compressor. The expander is there. If I go to the function generator and take away the input, then turn that up just a tiny bit, then these LEDs should come on, and they do. right there, just like they're supposed to. If I take it back up, away they go. Okay, so that's working. And the de-esser, yep, de-esser's working at 1,000 hertz. So if I put this on the very edge and take the function generator up to 5 kilohertz, it does indeed de-ess just like it's supposed to. Take this to 4, not 4,000, 400. Yep, it's out. Okay, so everything is working like it's supposed to now. Very good, wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to replace a few more caps in this thing. This one over here that's beat up. But our big problem was the input clip LED was lighting, and it's not doing it anymore. One thing we do have to check, though, see if our that'll just short it out, so it won't work. We want to see if we've got our 45 volts, approximately. $46 volts. There we go. All right, so I declare this thing is working, at least as much as it can be. Turn that off. Beautiful. Beautiful. What happened? Oh, got to take the 50 dB down off of it so you get something out of it. There we go. And we're back. Cool. All right, well, there you go. If your clip LED is coming on, your input clip LED is coming on, check and see if this U2 is bad. Because it very well could be. It's passing 14 volts right through it like a piece of wire. Anyhow, hey, thanks for stopping by. And I got a couple questions for you guys. Do you guys like these long form you fix it with me's? Or would you rather just see real quick 10-minute this is what I did and not walk through them? I've noticed that a lot of my videos don't get very long watches. They're in the 10, 15, 20-minute range. Very few people go all the way to the end, and they don't. They just watch a few minutes of it and then go away. So, if you want to see more of these long ones, let me know. If you'd rather see short ones, let me know that too. Also, I want to bring my channel up a little bit here, get some more viewers and stuff like that. And I need your guys' thoughts. My viewers, I now have like 1,930 some of them. It's been 5 years. And what do you think I can do to kind of improve this? I can't afford to go out and buy a $1,000 camera. Or anything like that. I am retired, and what I need to know is what would you like to see changes in the format that I use. For instance, all of these videos that I do are unscripted because we're going through the repair as I do it. Would you rather have me do the repair and then script it afterwards, or just do a full script on the thing? Or do you like these as I do it type things? Would you like other side projects? I mean, I get a lot of other work in, but I don't show some of it because it's just not interesting to do. So I don't know. give me some hints. Let me know what you'd like to see, and maybe we can build this channel together. I mean, you guys have been just ridiculously loyal, and I really, really thank you for that. It would be great if some of you go over to Patreon and support me over there. But it's not necessary. If you're doing, you do what you need to do. But I just, after 5 years of doing this, I think maybe it's just time for me to ask you what you want, and let me know. Anyhow, so there you have it. Thanks for stopping by and watching me do the repair. Also, oh, by the way, on these guys, make sure that you tie these down, because if you ship one of these things without this thing being tied down, it'll rip right off, like this old one did. And you don't want that. So tie that down with straps. Anyhow, so hey, thanks for stopping by, and don't forget to like it, subscribe, and visit me on Patreon. Till next time.